our Chagiga Daf Daled. This daf pretty much talks about two topics. First of all, we're going to continue from yesterday about people who are exempt from Re'iyah, the Olas Re'iyah, aka making or going to Yerushalayim for the Shalosh Regalim. And the second topic is we're going to talk about psukim that were so powerful that the Amoram who said them would break out in tears. So really, really interesting. So the people who are, I'll go back to the first one, people who are exempt from bringing the Olas Re'iyah are women, because the pasuk says Zachor, which means your males. Pasuk says Zachorcha, which excludes a tumtum and androgynous. I think because we're not sure what they are. Kol Zachorcha excludes kitanim. If they're young, and the Gemara explains, this refers to a katan that has not yet reached chinuch. If they have reached chinuch, then they should be coming. Avadim are exempt because the pasuk says El Pinei Adon Hashem, which refers to masters, which exempts people who have multiple masters, aka if you're a slave, then you're a master to your physical master, and you're a slave to Hashem. A chiger, someone who's handicapped, a suma, someone who's blind, or a zaken, someone or an elder, they're also exempt from going to the Beis Hamikdash, to Yerushalayim, because it says raglayim or regalim, which says the word regalim, but we interpret it as raglayim means you have to be able to kind of walk on your own and be able to get there on your own. Lastly, we say a tameh and an aral. But those are two people who are exempt. If you're tameh, you're exempt. Why? Because the pasuk says you have to be able to you have to get there in a state where you can actually bring the karban. The pasuk says uvasam shama, ve'vesam shama, and an aral is connected to a tameh through a gzera shava. Pasuk says re'iyah and re'iyah by both instances. Sorry, it says ish by both instances, which compares. That's what connects the two of them. And finally, a suma lachas me'enav, a suma who only has one eye, because you have to come in a state, basically Hashem is coming to see you with his own two eyes, so to speak, full vision, so you're exempt if you're unable to see with both eyes. And that transitions into the next topic of psukim that were so powerful that would bring people to tears, because the first one is actually uses that pasuk where it says yireh and yireh, referring to a suma, and Rav Huna says kisavo leros panai mivi kesh zos miyedchem. Like there's another pasuk, where we're talking about Hashem being angry at the Jewish people, where he says, when you come to visit me, I don't want you here. I don't know why you're trampling my courtyards. I'd rather you stay away. So he would be so sad by that how could it be that Hashem, who was like a master, who was so excited at one point to see his servants to come visit him, and now he doesn't even want to be he doesn't even want his servants to be anywhere near him. Another pasuk that would get Rav Huna to tears is the same idea, but it says in one instance it says v'zavachta shlamim v'echal Hashem, that we should bring our karbanos to Beis Hamikdash, and another pasuk it says lama lo rov zevchechem amar Hashem, why do you keep bringing your karbanos to me? I don't care about them. Which was very sad that you can go from one extreme to the other. Rabbi Eliezer had two psukim that would bring him to tears. One of them is v'lo yochlu achav leros panav ki nevalu mipanav. When Yosef's brothers came to visit him in Mitzrayim, they were so embarrassed when they found out that it was Yosef that they couldn't even see his face. So Rabbi Eliezer says, if that's what it's going to be like before Yosef, imagine what it's going to be like before Hashem. We're going to be so embarrassed, we're going to be able to stand up for ourselves. He also says, Vayomer Shmuel el Shaul lo meher gaztani. When Shaul wanted to know if he'd be able to defeat the Plishtim, normally he would go to Shmuel, but in this instance, Shmuel had already passed away. So he actually went to a sorcerer and brought Shmuel back from the dead. And so Shmuel was not happy to be brought back from the dead. And the Gemara explains this was because he thought that he was going to go to Din Cheshbon, he was worried that when he was being awoken to have to go stand Din Cheshbon, so he like took Moshe Rabbeinu with him, according to the Gemara. And so you can see how scared Shmuel is to stand before Hashem. Now imagine Shmuel is such an amazing guy. Kal v'chomer, we are in serious trouble. So that would always like get Rav Eliezer emotional. Rav Ami, the psukim that had the word ulai in it would always scare him. Like yitain be'afar piu ulai yesh tikva. You know, you suffer, you eat dust your whole life, and maybe you'll be saved from that. Or bikshu tzedek bakshu of anava ulai tastir bayom. If you live your entire life with tzedek and anava, maybe you'll be saved. You know, so it's like, really, like you live such an incredible life, and even that you only get like a maybe that you'll be okay. Like that was very scary. And then Rabbi Yosef said yesh nisfeh below mishpat, which means like there's a pasuk that said like there could be you could be killed without without like judgment. So what does that mean? You can be killed without punishment. How could you die before your time? I thought everyone has a certain amount of time. That brings in the story with the Malach HaMavis and Rav Bibi, where it brings up there are certain instances, like one time the Malach HaMavis told his agent, so to speak, go get me this woman, and he like made a mistake, and he got another woman with the same name. So Rav Bibi said, well, how could you kill someone else? Like it wasn't her time, it was the other woman's time. So he said, well, as long as there's a small like inn, and that woman had, I think, lit a like a poker, what do you call it, like an oven thing to stoke the coal. So that was enough of an in for the Malach HaMavis to take her life. And they go back and forth. Yeah, but what about the remaining years that she had? So like there's a certain calculation the Malach HaMavis had to make to try and even the scales. But that idea that people can go before their time was very frightening for Rav Yosef, and that would bring him to tears when he would say that pasuk. Very powerful daf, especially we can see the power of certain psukim to have such a to shake. Hopefully we should have the right sensitivity to really feel that, but to really shake our rabbanim to their core. We should all get to such a level. Have a great day.